Stop me if you've heard this one. Well, I said, look at here, baby. I'm here for the same reason you are. I've been married to the same woman for 25 years. Not once did she ask me what I do for a living. She tells me that she loves me, but I know that she's a gyppie. I find matchbooks in her purse from every fucking bar in town. Her mother's a transvestite, and her father was a fuller brush man, but he was bald as a doorknob. And hell, I was afraid to drive. I had a vasectomy when I was 13 years old, and I knocked up this 1,300-pound Mexican woman who didn't have a green card, and I worked for her father for 7 years at the Hermosillo Chamber of Commerce. Well, minimum wage and shit, and I finally told him, hey, he could have his job for crying out loud, and I told her I was going out for a pack of cigarettes one night. I got into a taxi cab and told him to take me to East St. Louis. I'll pay whatever's on the meter. Well, that's where I hooked up with this pharmacist, you see. Yeah, this pharmacist, crazy pharmacist, you see. Let me sweep up in the apothecary for a hot meal and some neosynephrine while I studied motel management at night. Finally, I was ready for the exam, and I rented a room above a barber shop at Jimmy the Lock one night. Broke in, stole some Lucky Tiger, a half-pint of Bay Rum, and a Field and Stream magazine. I got a crosstown bus. Well, you see, I told the cat to let me off at the nearest bar, and I walked inside, and what do you know? That's right. A girl I hadn't seen in 15 years recognized me after a shave and told me that she thought we could make beautiful music together. And I said, baby, I have a tin ear. She said, shit, I have a glass eye and a bum leg. So we went to her place, and I found she was running guns to Africa and selling Avon products without a license, so I borrowed her car to go to the beach and meet new friends. See, that ain't the half of it, man, you know. Boy, have I got troubles, man. Well, I was pulled over for driving without sunglasses and Bermudas, and I was harassed and intimidated until we got to talking about Pete Kelly's blues, and I knew a guy named Webb, and they gave me a free color brochure booklet on how to avoid child molestation, and I drove away with a new lease on life and $10 in my pocket, which I spent on an out-of-print Cozy Co album at Music Man Murray's, which I considered an investment in the future, along with a hi-fi recording of the 1959 Grand Prix in Sebring, which was in the wrong jacket and turned out to be a Rudy Ray Moore album. Well, anyhow, I've been trying to lay my hands on that sucker for years, and needless to say, I was beside myself, so I turned to myself and I said, hey, Earl, you gonna be a bum all your life? You know? I said, you talking to me? I said, well, Earl was one of my aliases at the time. You see, I was traveling under the name of Earl Shy. Maybe you heard of me. Well, anyhow, make a long story short, I threw in with these Italian guys in Montebello. Well, they talked me into opening up a used food restaurant. And hell, you got used cars, used clothes, used furniture. Why not used food? Well, the less fortunate people who don't get out much, you know what I mean? Anyhow, on opening night, this one-armed bass player goes berserk right in front of the goddamn place with searchlights and all attracted the authorities over there. They were tipped off. You see, I always maintained it was a real inside job, and they discovered it was a front for a prosthetic supermarket and a pet hospital. Anyhow, I was at a loss for words, and I was sentenced to 2 years in prison, but they suspended the sentence and had me listen to a band called Mondre for 6 months and no parole. Anyhow, when I got out, I swore I was going straight. I got the first flight to Vegas, where I enrolled at a major university and spent 2 years studying to be a typing teacher. My analyst said it was the healthiest thing he'd ever heard of. Anyhow, well, before the end of the fiscal year, I was living on chicken and wine. I'm not talking about bullshit here. No record, clean. Every night I'd put on a tie and hit the after-hours bar with my old beat-up Underwood typewriter. I'd only read about these places in Tally's Corner, mind you. Anyhow, here I was with shades on hanging out in the bar. Well, this trombone player named Marcel Toupee asked me if I wanted to sit in one night. Of course, I was nervous and scared and shit. Well, he who hesitates is lost, and when I got on the bandstand, they hit me with a spotlight, and I knew something was happening. They kicked off a blues and B-flat, and I just typed, man, like a crazy man. Typed like a crazy man. All that wood shedding paid off, and oh, hell, baby, man, you heard this story 1,000 times, I know. I don't want to bore you, but it's a dime store novel. Hell, you know the rest. I got strung out, and I got my own group, and started playing at the MYF meetings, like 3 shows a night, 4 on the weekends, and I couldn't pay the band. They left me flat one night in Montgomery Wards. I was there, bartering for some band uniforms, and hell, I ain't seen hide nor hair of them since, so I got out of the racket. Went back to my first wife and begged her to take me back, told her I'd changed, there'd be no more of them bondage scenes, and I was a new man. She slapped me with a $15 bill for an orthodontist who claimed I walked the check on some braces, and, well, you sure you want to hear this, man? Anyhow, she gave me the bum's rush, Jack. I got a job sweeping up at Yonkers Racetrack. And one afternoon, right in the middle of the Daily Double, I got inspiration. I remembered Hitler's phone number. That's right, 1313, lucky number. And I put everything I had, $68 on number 13, big blitz. It paid 10 to 1, I won $1,260. Quit my job, drove all night to New Orleans where I met a girl of my dreams, woke her up, and played a long version of Harlem Nocturne on my trumpet. She called the paramedics and they shot me full of Thorazine and said, take a long walk up a short pier. Well, I ain't no fool. No siree. I got me 3 hots and a flop and the first thing smoking out of town, if you understand what I mean. And baby, I saw you in 1957. 1957 in a Lincoln Continental with Rhode Island plates, passing me on Route 66, doing 75 miles an hour with a blue scarf around your neck, smoking a Lucky Strike, wearing Chanel No. 5 with a Rosemary Clooney right here on your radio, and I knew you didn't see me. But I saw you. And I told myself that night that I gotta get next to that girl. So what you say you slide down a stool and let's get acquainted? Buzzards drive a crooked sky, make a junkie's promise in a cold tie, to the bankrupt corduroy worn on the thigh of a strangled acre by a thirsty stream. The crucified body just a 3-day stubble on the chin of a nightmare stampede. Tomorrow it'll be hotter than a $2 gun, but I tell you, someone's gonna pay. 'Cause when the weather vane's sleeping and the moon turns its back, I crawl along the valley on the railroad tracks and keep well hidden till the porch lights dim, and pump 16 shells in the belly of a scarecrow and blame it all on him. Well, the shoe shine boys got lines around the block. The bloodhounds let the convicts get away. And after you sleep, all the cheerleaders weep. And the ham and eggers win the Irish sweepstakes every day. The paper boys make headlines, and the janitors are winking as they filling up their dustpans full of $100 bills. The narrative wealth and stingy pimps all ride around in taxis in the style that they have grown accustomed to. And the parking lot attendants leave the money in the drawer and take that Corvette Stingray with a 4 on the floor and pull into the filling station and instead of gasoline say, hey, buddy, could you fill it with a nickel's worth of dreams? The evening staggers home with his tie undone. He's as poor as a church mouse. He's whistling out a nun. He's tugging in his shirt tail, jingling a church key, and chewing on a toothpick on another bench. Traveling the rose bush, whistling to himself. Now don't wake up the neighbors, spitting on hens and rattling the milk bottles and tripping on a skate and hiding from the paper boy before it's too late. no noise in the kitchen. You got no excuse for a cold gray wife that starts bitching. There's a no good bum is at it again. After she's given him all the best years of her life, it must be kidding. And they'll tell her he was celebrating Savage's divorce, and he played a hunch. How he roared Yonkers, he never could trust a horse. And thrown in jail and swore he'd never do these things again. He's got an alibi, but never tells her where he's been. Just divulging information in regard beyond the shadow of a doubt. You can transfer yourself out. Playin Hooky, Playin Hooky. I can't walk cool when I got boogers up to beat my heart. Playin Hooky, Playin Hooky. And I'm afraid I will be failing to be hearing it alone. Oh, shucks, man. What you do when that loose thing finds you on the side? Oh, you go on ahead without me. Later on, man. Now, it's so morning. Go on there. If we get rolling and make some mistakes, you can just keep going because I just want to start right at the top of the 3, 4. Early for the circus, so late for the bars. Everyone's sleeping but the paper boy. And no one in this town is making any noise but the dogs and the milkman and me. Girls around here all look like Cadillacs. No one likes a stranger here. I come home, but I'm afraid that you won't take me back. But I trade off everything just to have responsible. I don't behave, and I ruin everything that I do. And I'll probably get arrested when I'm in my grave, but I'll be saving all my love for you. I paid $15 for a prostitute. Too much makeup and a broken shoe. But her eyes were just a counterfeit. She tried to jib me out of it. But you know that I'm still in love. As bad as they make me out to be. Well, I may lose my mind, but baby, can't you see? I'll be saving all my love for you.
You know, there were Nighthawks at the diner. A little joint called Emma's 49er. With a rendezvous of strangers around the coffee during the night. And all the gypsy hacks, and now the insomniacs. And the paper's been read, as the waitress said. Eggs and sausage and a side of toast. A coffee and a roll and a hash browns over easy and some chili in a bowl with burgers and fries. Now, what kind of pie? Now, you see, in this graveyard charade, well, it was kind of a late shift masquerade with 2 for a quarter and it's a dime for a dance with Woolworth rhinestone diamond earrings and a sideways glance. And as the register rings, well, the waitress sings. Eggs and sausage and a side of toast. A coffee and a roll and a hash browns over easy and some chili in a bowl with burgers and fries. Now, what kind of pie? Now, you see, the classified section, well, it offered no direction. And it was cold caffeine in a nicotine cloud. And as the touch of your fingers continues to linger burning in my memory, well, I've been 86 from your scheme, and I'm in this melodramatic nocturnal scene, kind of a refugee from a disconcerted affair at the end of an emotional cul-de-sac. And as the lead pipe morning falls, waitress calls. Eggs and sausage and a side of toast. A coffee and a roll and a hash browns over easy and some chili in the bowl with burgers and fries. Now, what kind of pie? A la mode, if you will. I just come in to join the crowd, having some time to kill. Nothing else to do, just come in to join the crowd, having some time to kill. Nothing else to do, just come in to join the crowd, having some time to kill.
Well, let's see here. There's a little, another kind of travelogue about Stanfield, Arizona on a sweltering sort of afternoon at the end of a dirt cul-de-sac Interstate US 80. There's this little condominium down there called Moon Yucca Arms. And Irene Sorensen sits there pensively, and she got her feet propped up on a big stack of basket issues of Overdrive magazine there, you know. And you don't have to laugh at these, Kenny. You're being paid, that's right. You have to laugh at these. So this is, you see, it's one of those strange afternoons, and the sky turns the color of Pepto-Bismol, and it's a weird sort of arrangement, and you got feet propped up. It's a Masonite coffee table, and there's several squashed out Newport butts in a stolen LeBaron Hotel ashtray, and the porcelain poodles are scowling at you from the knick-knack shelf. And the glass swans ain't too crazy about you either. Busted Philco over there, and Days of Our Lives, and How to Save a Marriage. It's kind of putting the vice grips on your mental health as you attempt to forge something out of saying. This is a truck driving ballad. It's called Semi-Sweet. Those diesels rolling and it was Friday nights out boating. When it's off for a 12-hour lay overnight, you wish you had $1 for every time it hollered. That is gonna be leaving and it's never coming back. But the curtain lace will billow with the heads on your pillow and the trousers can't bust them, swell it. Hanging off of the chair, lying through your pain. You call and tell him he's your man. And now you ain't got the courage to leave. That's on his mind. You're the only one he's ever gonna find. It's kind of special.
understand his complicated soul, but the only place a man can breathe and collect his thoughts. You know it's midnight. It's midnight as he's flying away on the road. Oh, he packed and unpacked so many times he lost track. Now the steam heat is dripping off the walls. But when you hear his engine, you look through the window in the kitchen, baby, and you know you're always gonna be there when he calls. Well, he's a truck driving man, gonna have to be stopping him when he can. Well, he's a truck driving man, he's gonna have to be stopping him when he can. That was Kenny Soderboom on alto, and that was Mr. Jim Atlas on upright bass. On your coat about something here about driving in the rain. Driving in the rain with no wipers, with the whispering brushes of wet radios on wet pavement, blazing a taillight trail. You ain't got no spare and you ain't got no jacket. You don't give a shit because you're never coming back, right? Nothing cancel on those economy automobiles driving around in the fetal position. I said, Christ, give me something where I can stretch out my legs with a bottle of Vicks Formula 44. So all I'm talking about is driving in the rain. Little suckers that beat up on your windshield. I call them diamonds on the windshield. Pierce Smith. And right now he's pulling into town on the interstate, talking about steel, train in the rain. And if the wind bites my cheek with the wing of his bleeding nice, freeway flying always make me say. I got a duster's trying to change my tune, and he's pulling up fast on the right. And he's rolling restlessly by a 24-hour move. I got a Wisconsin hiker with the cue ball ahead, and he's wishing he's home in a Wisconsin bed. 15 feet of snow in the east, man. Cold, welly fast. I said it's colder than a ticket taker's smile. You know, it's cold enough to freeze up balls right out of a brass monkey. I said it's colder than a gut-shot fish bulldog with 9 sucking pups. Scrolling up before a trap of a hill in the dead of winter in the middle of a snowstorm with a mouthful of porcupine quill. Now it's Oceanside, it's in the ride. St. Clement is coming up. And them Sunday desperados slipping by cruising with a drive back. I got an orange driving and a neon building that beers filled to the brim. Talk about slave girls and hot spur with bucket full of sin and a metropolitan area. interchanging connections. And fly-by-nights from riverside and out-of-state plates run the little lake. Now the sailors jockey for the fast lane. 101 don't miss it. Got rolling hills, concrete fields, that broken line in your mind. Cause the eight's go east to the fives, going north and the merchant nexus crazy all back and forth. The see your sign, cross the line, sink with the thing. Cause that radio's gone off for years, won't give you time to think. Hearing the rumble is you're fumbling for a cigarette. Plays on through that midnight jungle. Remember someone you can't forget. One more rock daddy just talking, whispering a home in the land. Yeah, Jackson, I said it's one more block and him just talking, whispering a home in the land. I got diamonds on my windshield and them tears from heaven. And right now, be pulling into town on the interstate, talking about a steel train in the rain. And as the wind bites my cheek through the fingertips of late and night, freeway flying always make me sad. Yeah, Jack late and nice, freeway flying always make me sad. Sitting late and nice in this freeway flying always make me sad. I said I got an overhead cam and glass packs now. So park that sucker. Something about Denver, Colorado. And it's down on around 17th and Walls East Street, a provocative little boulevard. And down there most nights, if you're out at the right time, the cat named, his name is Metropolitan, twice as nice, crying in the streets, Chucky Weiss. He come highballing by in this, well, I don't know what he's driving now. He had a Subaru then. I think he invested in a luxury automobile since. There's this little place called Dollar Bills, Easy Autos. And, you know, just typical sort of, crooked car salesman, all dressed up in those seersucker Saturday evening cranberry accoutrement ensembles, and hell, well, they're crooked, that goes without saying, huh? Screw them in the ground somewhere, someday, I don't know. So it's about a kind of a banana moon in a fruit salad sky. Slack-clad girls on the graveyard shift and beating the cement stroll and catch the midnight drift. And cigar-chewing Charlies in their newspaper nests, grifting a hot horse tips on who's running the best. And I've been blinded by the neon. Don't try and change my tune, cause I thought I heard a saxophone and drunk out the moon. And the moon's a silver sliver, pouring champagne stars, and Broadway's like a serpent pulling shiny top-down cars, and Larimer is teeming with that undulated beat, as some Bonneville is screaming its way wildly down the street. Well, you see, I'm blinded by the neon. Don't try and change my tune. I thought I heard a saxophone. I'm drunk on the moon. On the wane, and tarts mutter their dream hopes that the night will ordain. And come schemers and dancers and cherry delight as a Cleveland-bound greyhound is cutting through the night. Well, you see, I hawked all my yesterdays. Don't try and change my tune, 'cause I thought I heard a saxophone. I'm drunk on the moon. A little tune here about bachelorhoodism. Sooner or later, I guarantee you'll find somebody that will severely run you up the rack and change your oil and pull your transmission and all that. In the meantime, there's a dedicated to all the bachelors here this evening. I know you're out there. There's very little else to do on a night such as this. This is dedicated to a girl I know. She's been married several times. She's been married so many times she got rice marks all over her face. Come on, let's pick up the laughter out there, for Christ's sake. We're on the air. All my friends are married. Every Tom and Dick and Harry must be strong if it'll go it alone. It's to the bachelors and the Bowery bums and those who feel that they're the ones that are better off without a wife. 'Cause I've been sleeping until the crack of noon, midnight howling at the moon, going out when I want to, coming home when I please. And I don't have to ask permission if I want to go out fishing. And man, I never have to ask for the keys, no. Well, you know, I never been no Valentino or anything. I had a girl live in Reno. Went and left me for a trumpet player. Crazy didn't get me down. 'Cause he was wanted for assault, and though he said it weren't his fault, well, coppers rode that sucker right out of town. And I've been sleeping until the crack of noon. Now at midnight, howling at the moon. Now I've been going out when I want to, and coming home when I please. Now I don't have to ask permission if I want to go out fishing. And man, I never have to ask for the keys, no. kind of selfish about my privacy. Now, as long as I can be with me, most of the time, the both of us get along so well, I can't even believe it. But I love it, shit the fat with folks. Now I've been listening to all your dirty jokes, and I'm so thankful for these friends I do receive. And I like I sleep until the crack of noon. Now at midnight I'll at the moon. Now I go now when I want to, coming home when I please. I don't have to ask permission if I want to go out fishing. And I never have to ask for the keys, no. No, I never have to ask for the keys.
Say, Sally, it was just the other night. The other night there was kind of a blurred drizzle down the plate glass window. The neon swiggle stick was stirring up the sultry night air. And the yellow biscuit of a kind of buttery cue ball moon was rolling maverick across an obsidian sky. As the buses went groaning and wheezing, down on the corner, I was freezing on a restless boulevard at a midnight road. I was across town from Easy Street. The tight knots of moviegoers and out-of-towners. On a stroll with the buildings towering high above, lit like dominoes or black dice. With used car salesmen, all dressed up in Purina checkerboard slacks and Foster Grant wraparounds. Man, they were pacing in front of Rainbow Earl Shive $39.95 merchandise like pockets at a shooting gallery. Throwing out some kind of a Texas gleaning routine, or they give you that P.T. Barnum spiel, you know? Like there's a sucker born every minute, buddy. You just happen to be coming along at the right time. And they get all dressed up in those kind of serious seersucker Saturday evening cranberry accoutrement ensembles. As all the harlequin sailors are on the stroll. In search of like new paint, decent factory air, and AM/FM dreams. With all the bastard amber yellow cabs and stacked up in the taxi zones, waiting like pinball machines to be taken off a joyride to some kind of a magical place. With the waiting in line just like truckers' welcome diners with dirt lots full of Peterbilts and Kenworths and Jimmys and the like. And they're highballing with bankrupt brakes. They're overdriven and they're underpaid and they're overfed and they're a day late and a dollar short. Christ. I got my lips around the bottle. I got my foot on the throttle. I'm standing on the corner. Standing on the corner. Man, I'm just like a just-got-in-town Jasper on a street corner with a Gasper. Got myself some kind of a Cheshire billboard grin. Stroking a goateed chin. I'm using parking meters as walking sticks. Kind of on the inebriated stroll, you understand? With my eyelids propped open at half-mast, but over a Chubb's pool and snooker. It was a nickel after 2. Yeah, it was a nickel after 2, and in the cobalt steel blue dream smoke, why, it was the radio that groaned out the hit parade. As the chalk squeaked and the floorboards creaked and an Olympia sign winked through a torn yellow shade, as old Jack Chance himself, leaning up against a Wurlitzer and eyeballing at a 5-ball combination shot. 5-ball combination shot. Possible, you say, perhaps beyond the realm of possibility? Nah. Because he'd be stretching out those long, tawny fingers. He's out across a cool green felt with a provocative golden gate and a full table rail shot that's no sweat. So I lean up against my banister, wander over to the Wurlitzer, and punch A2. That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April and you're seriously shot down in May. Yeah, but I know I'm going to change that tune. When I'm underneath kind of a Straydog moon in a tenderloin sky. Yeah, and as the L train comes tumbling across the trestles, sounding like the ghost of Gene Krupa with an overhead cam and glass packs. Yeah, and the sun came crawling yellow out of a manhole at the foot of 23rd Street.
as a Dracula moon in the black disguise was making its way back to its prepaid room at the St. Moritz Hotel. And the whispering brushes of wet radios on wet pavement, man. There's a traffic jam session on Belmont tonight. Yeah. You see, I continue to lean up against my banister. And I've been looking for some kind of an emotional investment with romantic dividends. Kind of a physical negotiation is underway, you understand. It's something compounded nightly as I attempt to consolidate all my missed weekly rendezvous into one low monthly payment. But the chances are that more than likely I'll be held over for another smashed weekend. Now, this is a song about Saturday night. Call yourself up on the phone. It's very simple. Saturday rolls around, you need a date. Call yourself up, you're always gonna be around. And you ask yourself out, and you ain't no fool, you're always gonna say yes. I always take myself to class joints, I ain't cheap for anything. I go down there, get a little dinner to Victoria Cafe. Strange looking little patty melt there. Walk out of there with enough gas to open up a Shell station most nights. And I had this damn, it's called a veal cutlet sandwich. The gravy's extra. Cup of coffee, veal cutlet sandwich, got up, walked off my damn plate all the way down to the end of the bar and come back and try to beat the shit out of my cup of coffee. The coffee wasn't strong enough to defend itself. So it was a fascinating evening. So I drove myself home and take a scenic route and park in front of the house and, we just kind of dawdle for a while, get some smooth music on FM. Slide in close to yourself, whisper something in your ear like, I like your style. You say, those earrings from Woolworth, or what? Fascinating perfume you have on tonight, it must be. Take yourself up to the door and you say, being a bona fide high voltage bachelor, you end up taking advantage of yourself, see? No way around it. I ain't weird right now. I don't tie myself up first. I just ease into it, real casual eye. Hey, gas are up and you get on behind the wheel. Now you got your arm around this sweet was your Oldsmobile. You're barreling down the boulevard and looking for the heart of Saturday night. You got paid on Friday, your pockets are jingling. Now that you see the lights and you get all tingling because you're cruising with a six. And looking for the heart of Saturday night. And that comb in your hair, you're shaving your face, you're trying to wipe out every trace of all the other days. In a week, this will be the Saturday, you're reaching your peak, you're stopping on the red, and you're going on the green. Now tonight will be like nothing, man, you've ever seen. It finds you barreling down the boulevard, looking for the heart of Saturday night. Tell me, is it the crack of the pool ball
That neon buzzing is at the telephone ringing, it's your second cousin. The barmaid as she's smiling, the corner of her eye, the magical, the melancholy tear in your eye that makes it kind of special. It's down in the cold, you'll be dreaming of them Saturdays that came before they found you stumbling onto the heart of Saturday night. You cast her up behind the wheel with your arm around your sweet boy, your Oldsmobile, and paddling down the boulevard and looking for the heart of Saturday night. Tell me, is it the crack of the pool balls, that neon buzzing, is it the telephone ringing, it's your second cousin, the barmaid as she's smiling, the corner of her eyes, the magical, the melancholy tear in your eyes that makes it kind of special. It's down in the cold, you'll be dreaming of them Saturdays that came before they found you stumbling onto the heart of Saturday night. You're stumbling on the heart of Saturday night.
For every invitation, get your hour else but your ashtrays are full. Your evenings and your afternoons I usually do. So you toast to the toast master toaster and you would have to know, would have to know, would have to know, would have to know. Gotta know, would have to know, would have to know. What have to know, what have to know, what have to know. What else is new? Without suitcase and a couple of buckets, I'm gonna skip this rhubarb, slide down the boulevard. I ain't gonna take that dame with me. She's full of malarkey. Just as soon as it's dark, I get a one-way token on first thing smoking out of town. Now I'm going out to eat St. Louis, Kansas City, Chicago, Wichita, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Miami, Florida, downtown Tulsa, Champaign, Urbana, Bangor, all the borders down in Atlanta, go to Joliet, find that maybe Philadelphia, picking out the Pittsburgh, Edinburgh, Cheeseburger, Springfield, Junction, the Primrose Lane. I may get me a nose job and change my name. While she drinks all my liquor and she steals all the covers and she swears like a sailor. If I ever have to bail her out of jail again, I'm gonna lose my mind. Who needs the aggravation? Charlie, take me to the station. I get a one-way token, first thing smoking out of town. And I'll be going out to East St. Louis, Kansas City, and Chicago, Wichita, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Miami, Florida, downtown Tulsa, Champaign, Urbana, Bangor, all of all the use down in Atlanta, going to Joliet, finding that baby Philadelphia, picking out the Pittsburgh, Edinburgh, Furburg, Springfield, Junction, the Primrose Lane. May get me a nose job, changing my name. It's my day. Gobble. Gobble. Gobble.
been swept from a gin mill. Well, hello, sucker. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. 34th Street, good tidings to you. And will you meet me? Paradise sunny tonight. We leave town in a bottle of whiskey. Come on, you old scarecrow, and be a wheel, not a lamppost. Just put aside a lot of wishbone, and you're halfway there. You're not that hero where that dream that used to be. Go on and ask the hooligan as they sweep down the midway. I'm going waltzing tonight with the Statue of Liberty. Come on, you old lazy boy, let's get out of this place. Will you meet me? Paradise Alley tonight. We leave town in a bottle of whiskey. Come on, you old scarecrow, and be a wheel, not a lamppost. Just put aside a lot of wishbone, and you're halfway there. Well, it's a counterfeit moon, and I'm seeing right through it. Oh, so don't spend it all in one place, and go right to the top of the morning tonight. You've been right on my shoulders, and I'll show you the way. If you meet me in Paradise Alley tonight, we leave town in a bottle of whiskey. Come on, you old scarecrow, and be a wheel, not a lamppost. Just put aside a lot of wishbone in your halfway there. Where evening stumbles home with his tie undone, and as the moon sweeps 7th Avenue as usual, you lie awake at night. You remember when now that Annie's back in town. Well, I know why you're drinking. I know you alibi. Don't make up excuses. Those are tears in your eyes. in town. When it came down to the grapevine, put your business on the street. I hear you've been hanging out till dawn in some lunchroom. Well, you thought you got over, but that was till you found that is back in town. All the corner boys are troublemakers, and the sailors are all fools. You know, it seems like some things around here, I guess they'll never change. Oh, but it's always good for business. Guess we'll be seeing you around. Now the land is back in town. I got a bad liver, a broken heart, and I drunk me a river since you tore me apart. I don't have a drinking problem, except when I can't get a drink. I wish you'd have known her, we were quite a pair. She was sharp as a razor and soft as a prayer. So welcome to the continuing saga. She was my better half, and I was just a dog. So here I am slumped, I've been chippied, I've been chumped here on my stool. Won't someone please buy this fool spirits and libations? So these railroad station boys, and all of these conductors and the porters, I'm all out of quarters. The epitaph is the aftermath. I've got to choose my path. Hey, come on, Cap. He ain't nothing. He's just a lawyer. He'll never be the one for you. The moon ain't romantic. It's intimidating as hell. Now some guy's trying to sell me a watch. I'm gonna have to meet you at the bottom of a bottle of bargain scotch. I got me a bottle and a dream. So maudlin, it seems. Go on and name your poison. You can make some noise. For Christ's sake, I ain't sentimental. This ain't a purchase, it's just a rental. It's purgatory. Hey, what's your story? Oh, frankly, I don't really care. I've got my own double-crossed bear. I'm gonna see your red label. I'll raise you one more. Someone pour me a cab. I just can't drink no more. And it don't douse the flames. It started by day. It ain't like asbestos. It don't do nothing. The rest of sure and substantiate the rumors that you